And that brings us to the truest sign that a woman is into you, that a woman wants you, because that's what you should look at. Not if a woman likes you, not signs of interest. Look into, does she want me? And the only way you can find out if she wants you is she willing to walk past her moments of internal resistance, her moments of internal resistance. Probably one of the most silly things that you can do is look for signs of interest when you're speaking to a woman. I've seen videos that say signs of interest, the 3 signs that a woman is interested in you. If she does this, that means she likes you. The reason why it's nonsense is because it stresses you out when you're in front of a woman on does she like you. That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about forgetting about all these signs and how these signs don't mean anything, because it doesn't mean that the woman is going to sleep with you. Because the guy thinks that if she has signs that she likes me, or if I see the sign that she likes me, he automatically starts to believe that sex is a guarantee, which is not true. The only true sign that a woman is interested in you is she willing to move past her internal resistance that she feels any moment. This is the only thing that is the trueness of, does this woman want me? Because it's not even is she interested in me, it's does she want me? Why do I say stop looking for signs of interest? If I had to break it down for you, it's this. There's a woman there. I go speak to her. One of the things they say, if a woman is interested in you, she crosses her legs while she's there in front of you. And to be honest with you, a lot of these things do show that a woman is feeling appreciated, does show that she's feeling feminine, does show that she's feeling like she's interested in you. Yes, this is very right. But let me just break it down for you. She crosses her legs. Now while you're in front of her, maybe her pupils dilate. These are things that people say out there. Or maybe she messes with her hair. Or maybe she's smiling a lot while she's looking at you. Maybe she's looking in your eyes the whole time and her focus is all on you. Things that people say that a woman is interested in you for. And they're right. But let's think about this part. She does all that. She does. Then you text her and she never gets back to you. You look for all the signs were there. She still didn't get back to you. Or you speak to a woman and she says to you words that people say that means a woman is into you. Like, oh my God, you're so crazy. Or something along these lines where a girl's expressing to you in a non-obvious way that she's interested in you. Like these signs. Then later on, she figures like, that was nice, but I don't know, it feels kind of weird to see him. And she never writes you. But she was giving you all the signs though. She gave you the crossed legs, she gave you the look, she gave you all the things, but she still didn't see you. I'm not here to say that that's wrong. I'm not here to say that signs that women, so to speak, give aren't inviting a man. That's not what I'm here to say. Because when a woman is doing all that, yeah, she's inviting in many ways. She is. But I'm here to tell you that stop looking for them. They are. Stop looking for these signs where a girl's doing things and it means that she wants me. Because it's not true. She's interested for the moment. That's why when I see things like signs of interest, 9 signs, 3 signs, if she does this, she wants you. When I see these things, I go, this is going to stress a man out. It stressed me out. Because I would then go into calculation, much like you will do if you listen to these things. I remember I used to be in front of women and I would see some of these things happen. Like she would cross her legs and immediately I feel like, okay, now I got a chance. And in a way, my excitement would go up. And I would start to become anxious, like, okay, I don't want to lose this opportunity because now I can see the girl interested in me because she crossed her legs. I better do whatever I can to keep this woman here because that's a woman who likes me. Or the girl will be laughing and giggling, like people say that women are interested in a man. She's laughing, giggling in my face. I have her focused. She, maybe for a moment, she does like this, messes with her hair. I used to see these things. I used to go, oh my God, this girl is interested in me. Okay, I better make sure that I'm doing the right thing so that me and her can meet for a date. And this was in the beginning. Because the only people who can really fall victim to this are people who don't know about women, people who don't have a lot of experience. Now, of course, I had a lot of experience at the time before I got into the industry. But when I got into the industry, I was like, okay, this is how you do the streets and this is how you do this and you should look for these kind of signs. As I'm doing these things and I'm trying to look for this stuff, it's not making me feel better. This is one of the things that was the result of it. Because girls would give me these signs. And then I would text them, like feeling like, okay, she crossed her legs, she did these things, that means that she's into me. I even saw a few girls' pupils dilate, and I used to be so interested in, like, man, that girl's interested in me. Nothing would happen. Stress. Frustration. Feeling like, why am I getting all the signs, but I'm still doing bad? I'm not getting the results. I'm getting the signs, but not the results. I wanted to bridge the gap. This is what you'll move into. Let's say you're just starting out. You will want to bridge the gap. Okay, these are the signs. How do I bridge the gap from the signs to the results? Okay, maybe I should ask some questions about this. Maybe I should do this. Oh, the girl seems like she's investing. That's a sign that she wants to see me. Because you're trying to bridge the gap between the signs that shows that a woman's interested in me and the results, and you're going to try to fill in the space with things that you need to happen so that these two can be connected. I did this silly rat race as well, of trying to bridge the gap. Seeing things like, okay, she's investing now, because this is what they say is a sign. She's investing. This is the sign that a woman wants to see me. This is a sign that a woman likes me. She's interested in me, that she wants to see me again. Because remember, the promise is that if she does all these things, that there's a promise, or there's a unspoken promise that leads to sex. She's giving me something back. As she gives me something back, my excitement goes up. I even become more anxious. Something that you will feel. I am telling you this because stress and frustration is the outcome of trying to look for the signs. is the outcome of constantly trying to bridge the gap because you are stressed out that you don't have this thing and then you need to do this thing, you need to do this thing, and you need to do this before you get the result. It's stress because remember, when she starts giving you stuff, your excitement goes up. You start to feel like, okay, now I have a chance. Then she doesn't do anything. She doesn't text you back. Maybe she sees you for a date and she doesn't see you again because remember, you thought there was a promise of sex or an unspoken promise. It doesn't happen. Then frustration sets in. The stress and then the frustration. The signs that you look for will not be your greatest guidance. It's not your greatest for sure. Because something I want you to understand is when someone's telling you to look for these signs, they're trying to tell you that there's a for sure way. They're trying to get you to certainty. They're trying to get you to the place that's not feeling frustrated. That's what that video stems from. It doesn't stem from them feeling like, okay, understand that the signs are there, but they don't mean anything. Because a woman could change the way she feels. Remember, she's femininely feeling in the moment. So that can change from moment to moment. They're not telling you that. What they're telling you is that there are some things that can happen to let you know that the woman is interested in you. And from that knowing of interest, if she crosses her legs, or if she does this, from that knowing of interest, you better go for the number, or you better do this, because that's the girl you may lose out on sex with. And are they right in some ways? Yes. I'm not saying that they are wrong. But the video is stemmed from trying to give you the surety that there's a promise of sex. Because if I had to cut everything away, I have to let you know this. When you're interacting with a feminine woman, which is most women you talk to, almost all women you talk to, most of them that you speak to will feel something and then change later. Most of them, they will. It will be based on if they feel like seeing you. It will be based on, am I willing to go see this man? I don't know who he is. When you're dealing with a feminine woman, you can't look at the signs as a for sure because you're dealing with the feminine. The feminine is never sure. If you're ever dealing with a woman and she's of the feminine, which is most women you approach, even if she says, I'm going to see you for a date, that is not for sure. Even if she crosses her legs, she's doing all these things, that is not for sure. The feminine changes moment to moment. Doesn't mean woman, it means feminine. The energy that she's most identified with, most women, that changes moment to moment. There's no sure way. As far as looking at the signs, there's no sure way. Even if she's investing a lot, there's no sure way. I remember all of the times looking back, all of them. Going out at night, meeting girls, having things go really, 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 really well. The woman like doing everything, even sometimes kissing. Me wanting to see the woman and a woman even telling me, for sure we're gonna meet tomorrow. The woman saying to me, you know, you were so wonderful to meet. Let's meet tomorrow at this time and such and such and such. And I just go, okay. And me feeling ecstatic too. Writing her the next day, never hearing from her. I'm talking about a woman who I spent some time with over the night. Like some time. I remember so many different times where I've met girls during the day not just at night, during the day. We've had long conversations. I mean, girls who I even took for a date right away. She's investing with me. We're touching each other. Even sometimes we're holding hands, things like this. Things where you would just go, that could lead to something. And it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Feeling frustrated because I thought that because we were so into each other, it would happen. She was giving me everything, all the investment. Laughing with me, enjoying my presence, me enjoying hers, but nothing happening as a result. I've been through this track enough to tell you that if you look for these things, you are going to eventually end up frustrated. It is the outcome. The video was made to help those out of frustration. That's what it was made for. Does this girl like me? I'm just not sure. Confusion. It was made for that. This is how a girl likes you. If she does this, she likes you. Not ever telling you that just because she likes you does not mean that she later on is going to want you. It doesn't mean that. There's a difference between a woman liking you and a woman wanting you. A woman liking you, that's most men who have a masculine energy in front of her, that's most men. If you have a masculine energy and you interact with a feminine woman, there's a sexual energy flowing. Of course she likes you. It is flowing between you two. Of course she does. But if a woman wants you, that comes from, is she willing to walk past her internal resistance to see you again, to have an experience with you, to be available to you? That's the want part. Is she willing to be available to you? That's when a woman wants you. She's like, I'm willing to be available to you. But that's her own feeling in the moment. She doesn't necessarily have to make the choice okay, do I want him like us in a logical way? But she will be able, her feelings will be her choice. And a lot of that is based on, is she willing to walk past her internal resistance? Because most of the time, when you walk up to a woman on the street, she's not used to meeting a man in that type of way. At night, there's a little difference to it, because some girls have had one-night stands, so there's a little difference to it for sure. But is she willing to go past her internal resistance? Is she willing to? And of course, a lot of this is based on you. Yes, you may do all that you can, and she still may not be available or not want to do it. But I'm someone who's not fooled by this. I'm not fooled by these signs. I'm not. Over time, it's to let me know that a woman can do all these different things, but the only for sure way for me to know is she willing to walk past her internal resistance? And that brings us to the truest sign that a woman is into you, that a woman wants you, because that's what you should look at. Not if a woman likes you, not signs of interest. Look into, does she want me? And the only way you can find out if she wants you is she willing to walk past her moments of internal resistance? Her moments of internal resistance. Her internal resistance is her beliefs. That's her internal resistance. Is she willing to go beyond her belief in the moment and settle into the moment? that is beyond resistance. Because remember, when you're not in resistance, you're in flow. So is she willing to go beyond her own resistance internally? So I'm switching all of this up for you. If you want to look for something, look for what happens when I say hello to her and I'm going forth in an interaction. If you are going to look for something, this is a good experiment to do. Something for you to be aware of, something that's going to spread your awareness. When you're in there speaking to a woman, be very focused on what is the moment that she has that's her internal resistance. Be very focused on that moment. Because remember, if she has internal resistance and she's willing to go past it, she is more likely to have an experience with you than the woman that's just yes the whole way through, because she hasn't shown you any resistance. Some women, don't get me wrong, are just yes, and they're just like, they don't have any. And they're just like, I want this experience. That's great. But the woman who has some internal resistance is actually being more real to you. She is. You go out there and you meet many women. And sometimes what happens is you back off at the first moment of resistance. You go up and you say hello and she's just like, hi. And you feel like she feels a little like uncomfortable about it. And you go, oh, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make it. And you walk away. Somebody could say that woman wasn't interested in you because she was so like this. But what if you stayed there and she went past the moment of resistance? Maybe she thought that you were somebody that was trying to rob her. Maybe she thought you were somebody that was dangerous. Maybe she was just like a little bit thrown off because she was in her head and now she's in a new situation. You didn't give yourself a chance to relax her past that moment, so you don't know if that woman is actually interested in you because you didn't move her past the moment of resistance. You didn't. This gives you a new spin on things, doesn't it? The only true sign is this. Her resistance means something, actually. The woman who does this, I'm just not used to this. This is just too fast. That's the woman that later on will probably be the best for you. Or the woman who's just open to all of it. That's a woman who could be as well. But that woman was so yes that you never met any resistance. But what about, oh, there's a little spider jumping on me. What about if you are with her and you do hit a moment of resistance with her? What signs do you look for then? Because remember, it's only a matter of time for a woman will hit resistance. It's just the way that it happens. The feminine actually eroticness is to resist the masculine. That's a part of it as well. Now, of course, I'm going off into something else right now, but to let you know, the feminine's eroticness is to resist the masculine and have the masculine be unwavering and then give in. Resist them again at some point because she takes some enjoyment of it, and then give in when she sees that he still is there. Even when the resistance is there, he's not backing off from the resistance because she knows that he's strong enough to handle her past those moments. A woman is not really willing to show you all these parts until she knows that you're strong enough to handle her in these moments. So bringing it all the way back, because now I'm getting off into something that I really would love to make a video about. I probably will, feminine erotic play. Let this bring you into understanding that a woman just is able to say to you, I want to see you, but change later. Let it bring you into that. But let it also bring you into looking for want. There are many girls you're going to meet who are so, oh, this is great, let's do this, wonderful, ha. Many girls you're going to meet like that. This is me now bringing you into this so you can really know. You're going to meet many girls like that. And a lot of them will still not see you. A lot of them still won't do anything with you. And it's just becoming okay with that. That is one way. That all this part of life is going to happen. But then there's the other way. There's the other way that's going to just give you the chance to totally relax. Because remember, the first way puts you in stress, puts you in frustration. But the alternative way is one. That's the alternative way. That's the only way you're ever going to know, does a woman really, really want this experience? It's through want. When she's there next to you in bed and you've had sex, it wasn't because of her signs of interest that brought her there. It was because she was willing to move past her internal resistance. She was willing to do that. And the reason why I said earlier that you have some say in this, or you have some influence on this, and I'm telling you now you have some influence on this, is because it's how you deal with her resistance that's going to give her the chance to say yes or no to herself. If she's resisting and you feel some depleting about it, reactivity about it, of course she's going to feel like my resistance is an issue. And it's not going to make her want to open up to the yes in her. But she's going to want to open up to the yes in her when she can see that with the resistance that she gives you, you're empathetic to it, that you are okay with it. That you're okay if she doesn't want to move this fast. That you're okay that if this experience is really quick and she feels like she's going to be hurt again like in the past. That you're okay with that. That's going to give her the yes. That's going to access her desire. Because remember, the resistance is blocking the desire. If you can give her the chance to go past the resistance, the desire is right behind the resistance. It's right behind it. That's why I say look for the want. Because the want is, many of the times, right behind the resistance. It's right as she's saying, I don't want to feel like this, that the same moment her desire is present with it. This is too fast for me. I feel like this is such and such. I don't know. I really don't give my number out on the street. There's desire right behind that. You have to understand that. It's not like she's saying that and it's like, because trust me, if there was no desire behind it, she would be like, no, I don't give my number out to the street, to guys on the street. There would be no desire behind it if a woman said it like that. If she said to you, sorry, I'm not interested, there's no desire behind it. But when she's going like, well, There's desire behind that. It's just moving through the surface level. It's moving past that. Once you move past the surface level, you go straight into her yes part. The part of her that's like, yes, I'm available. You go straight into that want. Straight into the part of her that's just desire. The signs of interest are nonsense. They're nonsense. They're going to lead you down a track to leading towards frustration. They are. So I tell you, let the signs be there. If she's doing this and playing, let them be there. Doesn't mean that she's going to see you. Let the signs be there. Let them be there. And you can even get happy that she's interested in you. Great. Get happy. But what if she never sees you again? So the only choice you have is to appreciate the signs, because that's her femininity coming through, and just switch it to, I know what is going to be the real indicator that if she likes me, the real indicator of interest. Guys call IOIs or things like that. The real indicator of interest is she willing to walk through her internal resistance? That's the real indicator of interest. And you do have some say in that, but most of that is her. Her feminine erotic play, but also her beliefs. Enjoy her signs of interest. That's her femininity coming through. That's how the feminine is reacting to the masculine in the moment. That's the most clear thing that they can put out. This is how the feminine reacts to the masculine. That will be the actual video. Because there are things that happen, like she does feel like womanly or girly in the moment. And these things happen when women feel girly. They start to play with their hair. They start to smell a lot. They start to look at you in a certain way. They do. Enjoy that part. But I tell you to look past that into something that's much more valuable. Her desire, which lies right behind resistance. The moments where she goes, I don't know, it feels like right behind that is her desire. Even when you go up to her and you're like, excuse me, and she's like I know you look a little bit freaked out by this, but you don't need to be. I just think that you such and such. And that's why when you see a woman go from, like in one moment, you see her go from like that. Because right behind that is desire. Right behind it is a feeling of something. It's just resistance. That's it. The belief popped up, but then she gives into, oh, I do desire right now to be appreciated. You going on a date and you go in for the kiss. And then she just turns her head like this. And she looks at you. And you stay there and you're unwavering. Her chances of kissing you the next time goes up. Because some women do it because you just want to see how the man react, because men have react harshly. Or some women feel like not right now. But this doesn't mean there's not desire behind that. It doesn't mean that. That moment is more valuable than the sign of interest of her looking at you like this while you're on a date. Her just looking in your eyes and that's less valuable actually than this right here. Because this is going to teach you more about women than this. This is going to teach you more when she's looking away and not kissing you. It's going to teach you more about how to bring a woman past that moment and to her desire. She doesn't want to go upstairs. I don't know, maybe I should go home. Behind that is desire. If she wanted to go home and there wasn't any desire behind that, she would go, I'm not going upstairs, I need to go home because I have to get up for work. It's clear, there's no ambiguity to it. But when she goes, I probably shouldn't go upstairs, there's desire behind that. In the bedroom, let's say that you are trying to take off her panties and she grabs your hand If she didn't have desire behind that, she would just be like, don't touch me, or stop. Like, it will be cut like that. But if she just grabs your hand, okay, that takes us into something else. Enjoy women, enjoy the signs, enjoy the resistance, because all of it means something. The signs don't mean that she's gonna have sex with you. Only her past internal resistance does. And that brings us to the end of this video, and me telling you that if you feel like you wanna get this started, please below, there is a free Meet the Bedroom series. Everything from saying hello to the woman to what do I do when she's giving me that moment at the doorstep. I teach you that. I don't teach you texting, because that's something you would have to do if you want to see me. Subscribe and share this, please, because this is gonna give you the chance to follow my videos and also give people the chance to know more about this. And like I always say, who you are is valuable for that which you want in life and in relation to women. It's just realizing it. I'll talk to you in a few days.